Welcome to edition of Let's Play Farming Simulator 2013 on the Bayern Farm. Alright, we got a couple things going on today. First of all, let me address one of the probably obvious things is, why do you have $127,000? Good question. Good question indeed. Now, the reason why I have $127,000 is because I sold a little bit of silage that we had in excess. So I figured, well, I could show you multiple harvests, but we are on episode 38 already. So I figured in order to progress a little bit quicker, I figured I would sell a little bit of the silage in order to make a little bit more money so we can, progress a little bit. So we do have $127,000, which is about $100,000 off of what I was looking for. So because of that, we do have some stuff to sell anyways, so we'll have to do that, deal with that as well. And as you realize, I cooked up some more silage. I cut the field in the back of the south field. Where is it? Back in here. That's the north field, not the south field. I cut that field back in there with grass and made silage out of it. That's why that's full. So that's the reason why we have a lot of silage there. It's a full bunker, just about 90% full. And I don't think we have any grass left, do we? No, I should have left some. Oh well. Anyways, so we have a couple things going on. That is one of the things I wanted to address right away, just so you guys knew what was going on. Second thing is, we have a corn harvest going on. This field's pretty darn big, so I have been doing a little bit of it off camera. Well, it's about half done, or more than half done already, because there is a lot of field here. So let me just continue on this way, and let me just tell you when the field stops. Still hasn't stopped yet. I think you can drive through these, by the way. Yep, still the field. And I'm sprinting here as well, so it's a pretty big field. That's what I'm trying to get at here. So that's the reason why I did some of it off camera. And because it's corn, it's even longer because it's a smaller header than what we have. So that is the situation with that. So we did leave a little strip here for whatever reason. I don't know why. I think it was just an error in the hard worker. I think what happened is he got here and didn't see any more corn and then stopped. But there's this little strip here we need to get still. So he's doing that right now. He's doing a pretty good job so far, so I'll let him continue on his way for the time being. Now, let me just address some of the comments from last episode, which was released this morning. This is March 15th. Difty says, hey, this tractor is nice. I play with this tractor. It's a Belarus, which is look like a nice tractor. Daniel Tazar finally says, yay, you got the field. Now you should get the New Holland T7550. He really wants me to get the New Holland. But he'd also kind of like to see the homemade tractor. That one looks highly detailed. I think he's talking about the Cummins is the one he's referring to. Now that is definitely doable. That is a cheap tractor in comparison to some other ones that we were looking at. So it's not unreasonable to do to pick that tractor up. But what I've been kind of thinking is we're getting into three fields now. I was thinking about potentially getting a bigger combine, because the combine we have right now, this took quite a long time. I think I had it running. I was playing on this for, I don't know, an hour maybe, while that was harvesting corn. So it is taking quite a bit of time. So if we do corn again, I'll have to do it on a smaller field like this one or the other one over there, because that is a huge field for corn. So because of that, because we are getting up to the 3-field area, because remember at the starting of the season we said we would go for 4 fields would be like our maximum, and right now we got 3, and I guess technically 4, even though it's not a field we bought. So 4 being the field with the grass in the back there, in the north side. So because the corn's been going on, we do have 32,000 liters of corn. Actually, that's less corn than I thought it was. Thought we actually would get more. Maybe, is it fertilized? No, it's not fertilized. I guess I should have fertilized it first. Oh well. we are fortunate enough to have it without us doing anything to it, so that's what we're just gonna go with that for the time being. So I forget who wanted me to get the Fent. I can't remember right now for some reason, but someone wanted me to get a Fent, and that's where we're heading towards to try and get the Fent, because the Fent is a nice tractor, and I think that would be kind of cool. This one is a new one. But... Yep. Let me just see if I can find it quickly here on my phone. Who wanted me to get the Fent? I forget who it was. Someone wanted me to get a Fent. Oh well. I can't find it at the moment. Don't want to spend the whole time talking and looking at my phone. Anyhow, so what I've done is I've already outlined this field for course play using the JCB here, and I've already recorded the course to fill the manure on this field as well. Because the way positioned, I needed to have a separate course just to set it up properly. So that's what I did. And I also did something else. Let me just show you what I'm referring to. I picked up a couple other things. I guess this would be the best way to go. We picked up a couple manure spreaders. So we got the TEB HS180 solid manure spreader. So it spreads between 8 and 16 meters, which is pretty wide actually. And this one, is 28 QM, maybe land volume. Land volume. This holds 28,000 liters, I guess. And arbor doesn't say how wide it is, but I'm assuming the HS320 is wider than the 180. This is the dual axle, this is the triaxle basically. So we do have the possibility of getting a solid manure spreader, because one of the reasons why I was considering this is because I'm not sure if our current liquid manure production will be able to keep up with 3 fields. So I'm just preparing for that in that event, because both of our pig buildings have full solid manure solid manure places, so bunkers, whatever you want to call it. So they're both full at this point, so we need to deal with that eventually as well. Just go back over here. He's waiting for the fill level, so he's doing his job right here, and he's getting this thing done. So they're actually almost finished. So what I need to do is set up a couple things. So I need to set up the seeding course and the fertilization course as well. So that's something we will do very soon. One of the things I was thinking about is, like I said, getting a new combine as well. But I'm not sure what should come first, the new combine or the new tractor. If I were to get the homemade Cummins, I wouldn't need to get another tractor for a while, because that Cummins is actually more powerful than the other tractors we actually have. Let me just show you it. Where is it here? This one right here. It's a Cummins. It has 325 horsepower, so actually it's more powerful than our JCB, but not by much. The JCB's got like a 303 or something like that. 306. So it's only about 20 horsepower more powerful, but it's about $100,000 almost cheaper, just to give you an idea. So that was why that was being considered. Now this was made in 1967, and it cost 56 euros a day, which is pretty expensive actually. Yeah, that's close to what this is cost per day. But it does have 325 horsepower, and it is homemade. So because of that, you know, I can kind of justify this price, because this is what kind of throws me off a little bit. It's $19,000 for a 325 horsepower tractor. The closest thing we have that's that cheap for that much horsepower, maybe this, but more realistically probably the Kirovitz, which is way down here. So this right here. So this has 220 horsepower for like 17,000. An old Russian tractor. So in that situation, it kind of makes sense. So that was one of the things. So Daniel Tazar was like, well, you could get this or this, so he kind of gave me a little bit of an option there. So we'll see how that goes. Now, what was I going to do? There's something I needed to do. What was it? I needed to give my pig some water. There we go. That was the other thing I wanted to show you guys. Yes, I do recall now. They need some straw. Perfect. So I'm just going to show you something. So this is something that Implementic, I can't remember if it's an E or an A. He showed me this. He actually recorded a video and showed me how to fill up the other pigs. They actually, in the spot I have it set up, they actually do accept straw and grass and total mixed rations there, but you kind of have to do a little bit of jiggling about, a lot more than I was doing at least, because where they have the square at the other pig farm, it's not actually where you drop off the total mixed rations. You have to actually back the truck up into the door a little bit before it will, before you'll get anywhere, basically. So, all right. Don't need BGA to farm. We need the shuttle run down to the pigs. South Pig Shuttle. There we go. So, the reason I'm setting up Courseplay to do this is because I forget where it is, and I'm not good at remembering. And he's set for maximum speed. Okay, good. Let's just slow him down just a teensy bit. Anyways, so I'm actually going to show you where you have to drop off your stuff on this map, just to give you guys an idea. So again, I didn't find this out. This was Implementic who showed me where it was. It's in the same place. You just need to back up a little bit further, basically. A lot more than I thought you would need to, basically. So I did a live stream today on Saturday, March 15th. It was pretty fun. It was only a couple hours long. Nothing too crazy. But we did a live stream from about 10 a.m. until 12, I guess it was, until about lunchtime. So that was about as far as we got. And then after that, we stopped, and it was a lot of fun. We had a couple people show up and say hi. We had Craft Farms came and said hello. The Grey Gamer came and said hello. We had Cookie come and say hello as well. We also had one other person that comes to mind. Who was it? Oh, my brain. The Pizza Man, I think it was. The Pizza Man Can, I think it's who came. He stopped by and said hello as well. So it was pretty cool. Had a lot of fun. I just played around a little bit on the Modern American Farming map with some of the mods I had, and I was checking out a couple other mods just to see what's what, basically. So because of that, I tested out a few things, showed off a couple mods that I have that I don't use very often. So yeah, it was pretty interesting, actually. Pretty cool. A lot of fun. A lot more fun because people stopped in and chit-chatted a little bit. The delay wasn't too bad this time, so it made a big difference to be able to have a conversation with people. Just because, like I said in the past, talking to myself, I can do that. I can talk to myself, but it just seems a lot stranger when it's on Twitch. When you have the potential to interact with people, but if they don't interact, it just seems odd. So, anyways, so that's what I did this morning. Did a little of that. It was a lot of fun. Tried out a couple mods that I haven't got a chance to try out yet. Showed people a couple of different mods that people may not have seen, seen me use or at all, basically, or maybe I've just glazed over them quickly without actually saying much about it, which is also possible as well. There's been a couple times where I've done something like that, where it's just been a quick little, hey, here's the mod I found. Haven't messed around with it too much, but this time around did a little bit more of that. So I showed them the mods, I bought them, and I messed around with them a little bit, just to test them and see, how it worked and if it worked well or not, basically. So, all right, so here we are at our other location. So the place where you drop off the straw, which is what we have right now, is the same. It doesn't change. I could have just let the truck do its thing and it would have been fine. This is where you drop it off, so it says, okay, straw's not accepted there. But if you adjust a little bit, you can get so straw is accepted here. So what you have to actually do with mixed rations and grass is you have to do what I just did there and back it right up into the doors. Hopefully with the doors open. There we go. So you actually have to back up the truck right up in here to get the mixed rations and the grass to be accepted. But so it is right there. It's just really far into the area as opposed to being where the square is. So, which is a bit odd. You'd think they'd want to identify where to drop it off using the square, but no, not at all. It's not accurate. So, kind of threw me off a little bit. Oops. Kind of threw me off a little bit because it's like, okay, well, do you... let's fill up actually while I'm here, while I see that tanker right there. Yeah, it kind of threw me off a little bit, but Implematics said, yeah, it's right here basically, so he showed me exactly where it is. So you have to back your truck up right up into the bay for it to work properly, which is a bit strange that you have to go that far into it, but whatever, just the way it goes. All right, let's wait for that to guy fill up. So we got a bunch of solid manure here, and we have a bunch of solid manure at the other place too. So we may, quote unquote, start using a bit of solid manure as well on the fields, because we do have a bit of a stockpile because of that bunker that we picked up, the not placeable but the movable bunker. The other thing I was thinking about was there was a suggestion a while ago about getting a placeable silo for liquid manure, and I'm starting to think a bit more about that idea because I have, you know, liquid slurry down here now, but I'm not really using it because it's nowhere near my base or nowhere near my, you know, my main farm. So because of that, I was thinking perhaps I should make a shuttle run or something and get that placeable and put it on at the farm so I can stockpile a little bit of the slurry from here as well as from the BGA. The only problem is this area might be a bit more difficult to automate. Yeah, well, maybe not. If you can just come in and clip the corner, you might be okay. So I don't know. Anyways, let's head back. So we filled up the T800. And let's continue on with this. There we go. Perfect. Nice. So, though, that was the interesting thing that I discovered the other day through the comments, so thank you very much. So that was one of the... I guess I can put this in the BGA. I think the BGA actually... Or not the BGA. I'm pretty sure the mixing station still needs hay. Even though I got a crazy amount of hay, I didn't put any of it in the BGA. I put it all in the bunker for silage, basically. So I really should have done it the other way around, you know. Filled up the mixing station before putting stuff in the bunker, but I didn't. Oh well. There's always next time. There's lots and lots of hay. And we're good for mixed rations at the moment, so it's not a big deal at the moment. There we go. Perfect. Look at that. Nice. So it did need some straw anyway, so it's probably not going to eat all the straw, though. Oh, it does need all the straw. Good. That means I don't have to carry like 100 liters of straw back to the main farm. That would just be annoying. Yeah, so let's take a quick peek. How much slurry do we have in here? So we have 284,000 liters of slurry in there, and we have 156,000 liters at the pig building we were just at as well. So we could bring the slurry together in order to Oops, not that way, Ian. In order to, you know, consolidate. There we go. That's what I was looking for. So that would allow us to bring all the stuff to our main farm and then use it from there, as opposed to not using it, essentially, because we're not really using that much by leaving it at the other farms, so it's not very beneficial to us. So not something that is good. Alright. So the next thing on the agenda, I'm just going to go straight through here, because this is actually, I think this way is slightly quicker. If there's a road that cut, whoops, that cut through this little building right here, that'd be great, but I have to go through the parking lot, so that's the only way I know how to do it. I think this way is quicker. It gets us to the side we want to be at, so that's why I tend to take this way sometimes, but the other side is possible. So I feel like we're kind of getting to the, to the end of this series a little bit. Not 100% sure yet. Like, we've met all the goals in the series so far, so don't know where to take it from now. Like, we got the third field now, so we don't really have to worry about that. So I don't know where to take it next. What should be the next thing to work on? Oh, you're done? Okay, let's get that last little strip there. I don't know. What do you guys think? Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Think we should continue this series on, or do you think we should stop it? Because we're at, like I said, episode 38, so we've got a couple of episodes. We can, you know, go till 40 or something like that, and then do what we can do from there. Or we can, you know, change maps when we get to 40, or stay on once we get to 40. Because I think at this point you kind of, I don't know. I could continue. I'm not saying I don't want to continue. I just get the feeling that you end up seeing a lot of the same thing because it takes a bit of time to progress. I could, you know, theoretically start capitalizing on the silage and start going crazy in that regards. That's not entirely impossible to do. So I know I have done that before. Oh, I turned the combine off. That never helps. Turn the combine off and hire a worker. It's a bad combination. Actually, I found out something interesting about the Glen Malure farm. Apparently, in order to get the sheep to work properly, you need to have the moralistic mod installed. And we both know that when you install the moralistic mod, that you get a crazy amount of silage, like we did on the Serbian farm, for example. So it raises an interesting question. Do you install the mod, do raise the sheep sort of idea, or do you not install the mod? So that's what I was going through my mind a little bit in terms of the sheep. Do you raise sheep, or do you take the hit with the silage, or do you not take the hit with the silage and whatnot? So I don't know. That was going through my mind a little bit. Alright, let's take a quick peek at harvesters. So there are some bigger harvesters available. These ones are only 10.5 meters. The biggest harvester we have is the Class Lexion, which is 12 meters. And we have this one, which is 329 plus 50, so it's 370 basically. And that's only 10.5 meters as well. Other than that, we don't have many other options that are in the large bracket, at least. So I think these are, yeah, you just drive through them. Oh well, not necessarily realistic, but I'm very thankful that they did that, because that would be a bit of a pain. I probably would have cut this field into 2 different fields if I couldn't drive through those. But luckily they didn't. They made it so you could drive through them, just for gameplay experience, because you know how Farm Simulator is sometimes. And being able to drive through that makes your life a heck of a lot easier. you could, you know, like I said, you could break it in 2 fields, and then you wouldn't have to worry about the poles at all, but then it wouldn't look as cool. But the fact that you could drive through them, I don't know. You be the judge of that one, I guess. It is a bit funny that you can, but on the same hand, it's like, well, it's just the way it is. Alright. We got one little strip left. So let's hop into our JCB here. And how much corn do we have now? 32,000 liters of corn. And what's corn going at right now? No. 290. The station 241. So, the price of corn isn't super high right now, so that's not good for us. Not good for us indeed. So let's get our seeder over there, because we're going to need that momentarily. And let's just fire it up over here. You know what? Let's get the Cummings. This is for Daniel Tazar. Let's go ahead and just do this. It's a cool looking tractor. I haven't used it that much, but it's cheap. Boom! There you go. Let's just reset that tractor. Where is it now? Here. So this is the Cummings. It's not a Dodge Cummings, but it is a Cummings engine. That's a bit strange. Wonder why that is there. As you can see, it articulated tractor. Pretty nice looking, pretty good detail. Looks good on the inside. Check this out. It does have a couple, not in-cab stuff, but you can do a couple things. Like, there's a handbrake you can turn off. You need to start the engine, but the pedals work when you start the engine, which is pretty cool. I don't know if you can. And as you can see, it does have a pretty... It's got blinkers. The doors work. There we go. You can put dualies on it. So all in all, it's a pretty cool... Let's put this in group 5. It's a pretty cool tractor. And it's got dynamic exhaust, which I also like about it too. Now this tractor technically is more powerful than the JCB as well. Turn the blinkers off. We don't need them on. Oh, which one is it? There we go. Let's try and figure out which one it is. Beacons work as well. Not too crazy. So it's a pretty cool tractor. It's not a real tractor. The guy states it's not a real tractor. It's a homemade tractor, which is, you know, it happens quite a lot in the agricultural world, because, you know, you have a need that needs to be taken care of, and the only way you can do it sometimes is when you make your own tractor. So I don't know. I think this is a pretty cool tractor, and it looks like it fits this seeder a bit better. So hopefully it can pull it. There we go. I thought I was gonna have a problem there for a second. It looks a bit better in terms of it can pull it, so that's good. It doesn't go very fast, but you can put dual wheels on it. I don't know. I like it. Not a crazy powerful tractor, but it will get the job done. Now, we do need to... where are the seeds? They're on the other side. So we do need to record a course to fill the seeds up. And the fertilizer. Well, I did the fertilizer, but we're not doing dry fertilizer, so... Let's just line this up. So this is funny because this tractor is actually from American Eagle Modding, and so is the, I believe the seeder is as well, which makes this kind of funny actually. So hopefully this prevents, because what was happening before, if you recall, you know what I could do? I could just place a new seed pallet here. Yeah, let's do that. I think I can do that. Let's just see. Placeable mods. Where are we here? Not a fuel station. Seed pallet. Let's just... Where is it? Oh, okay, we're over here. Let's see if we can place one around here. Oh, we can place one. Should be able to place one around here somewhere. Oh, there we go. And that's gonna prevent him from having to go all the way down the other side. And can we put a fuel tanker there as well? Looks like we can, so let's rotate it. Where are we here? Trying to get him to line up. That should be good. I don't think any of the courses... I'm going to redo that seed palette because it's not as pretty as I'd like it to be. Oh, that's terrible. Alright, let's try this again. Alright. Okay, there we go. I don't want it too close to the area. Just trying to get it there. It looks like it's straight-ish. This is the hardest part about placeables, trying to get it placed the way you want it to. There, that looks good. So, I'm going to have to redo this course now, but that's fine. So what I've done basically is just eliminated the purpose of having to go all over the place. Especially with an articulated tractor, it will make my life a bit easier, not having to go in a crazy, ridiculous manner. So, what's going to be the best way to do this? This is such an odd-shaped field, which makes this a bit harder, actually. Because normally what happens is, when you have a square field, it's not a big problem. So let's just start there. There we go. And let's just see if we can get this lined up properly. This should be close enough. And the nice thing about this is that I should be able to fuel up at the same time. Oops, I've gotten too close. Oh, man. That's not good. Especially when you get too close to it. So I think what's happening is the tractor's getting by, but the seeder's getting a little too close is what it boils down to, basically. So take 3. Jeez. I don't know. I do like this tractor. Alright, here we go. This time. Let's keep an eye on the seeder this time. Should be okay. So, problem is you want to get close enough so it picks up, but not too close that the seeder obviously hits things. That should be good, actually. Am I getting fuel still? No. See, that's the problem. That's probably close enough for the... It's probably close enough for seeds, but not for fuel, so oh well. It's good enough for now. So what we'll do is we'll come up and we'll come down and make him stop here. So in case he needs to go in some random direction, so we'll just do this. Perfect. Alright, so we'll stop there and we'll call this F37 Fill Seed. Perfect. Alright, so let's see if we can't put this all together. Where are we? 37 outline. Should be one I just added. No, okay, there we go. Field outline, and this is in the fertilized seeding mode, and this will be 11.7 because we want that extra little bit of overlap to make sure we don't miss, or if we do miss, we miss as little as possible, basically. Like so. Which corner do we want to start in? The north east corner, heading south, do a headland after, return to first point. No. Generate course, so that's the seeding course now, and then we want to add this, which is the seed, so let's call this F37, 37, not 73, 37, seed 11.5 meters. Excellent. Good. So this should be set up and ready to go. which is good. So the cool thing about this is now that we have the extra tractor, so it can be the workhorse which does stuff like this. This is probably going to be its only task really, because doesn't really need to do. I can't really do much else because maneuverability and whatnot. Let's plant barley because there's a great demand coming up for barley. There we are. All right, let's just set it up at the first point, and it should be fine to maneuver. So what was happening with the other tractors with this particular seeder was the fact that it would try to back up, and it didn't need to back up. So what's it doing? This should be... Oh, well, okay, that's fine. The northeast corner is way up there. Don't know why I didn't realize that. It's way up here, not down here. That would be the south. It might not be the southwest corner, actually. And they might consider this one the southwest corner, so whatever, this is fine. Anyways, let's hop into our combine, which is just idling there, doing nothing in the middle of a pole. Let's just finish off this last little bit here. As I mentioned, I don't really want to go through the poles, but I'm not going to say no if I can finish off the rest of this field like this. Like in real life, if you had these in your middle of the field, like that would bother the heck out of me as a farmer. Like in some cases, if you have things on your field like this, you do get paid for it sometimes. Like I know in Ontario, a lot of farmers want a windmill on their property because they'll get paid like X number of dollars a year to have the windmill on their property, which is really cool. There we go. So you can get paid, like, I think it's like $10,000 or $20,000 a year to have a windmill on your farm. But what happens is, you know, there's all these other concerns about, well, is it safe to have a windmill on your farm and stuff like that. So we needed water. And I need to go back here because this guy's not going to unload automatically as well. Right. Oh well, we'll wait for this for a second. Excellent. Alright. Come on, keep going, keep going. There we go. It's probably gonna get full and not be able to unload everything. Oh, well, that's good. I can live with that. So we do have two other fields we need to deal with now. We got this canola field here, and I think the other one is barley, maybe? No, it's wheat. So we need to take care of that field as well, which is always... So now we got three fields. We got this small combine, so this is why I'm like, maybe we should get a bigger combine, because this takes longer than I want it to deal with these fields, because the header we have is only 7 meters, 7.5 meters wide. So if we can increase that by 3 or 4 meters, that's going to be awesome. But it is going to cost us quite a bit of money. So what I think I might do is I think I might play a little bit off camera, just to get a little bit more money. So we do get to a point where we can just be like, okay, hey, we're going to buy this now. Because what's kind of happening now is as we get more and more fields, it takes longer and longer to deal with each field. Specifically because we have, you know, only one combine. It's a smaller combine as well, so that is something to keep in mind as well. There we go, perfect. Let's take this out and go deal with some... Come on, there you go. Let's go deal with some wheat. What should we do? Sure, let's go with the wheat first. It'll be the closest field anyway, so might as well start there. And we'll need to reset. We'll need to set up the John Deere so he is. Really need to start to learn how to turn off these tractors. Probably spend so much extra money on fuel that I need to because I keep forgetting to turn them off. But oh well. All right, so we'll have the John Deere. He will be unloading the combine here. Let's get this guy lined up here. There we go. There's our John Deere. Our John Deere is stuck. right in front of the truck. For whatever reason, the truck made it so the John Deere was going to take a little bit of a dive there. Oh well. And the other thing we need to do is give our pigs a little bit of water. Let's do that in a second here. Let's just bring it in right here. Perfect. Nice. And then we'll pick up the water trailer. And then we got what? Pigs? Do we both have pigs? What about our cows? Cows need a little bit of water too. Oops. It's funny, like every other thing is like you can run through every other thing except for, you know, the pole right there apparently. Alright, so let's go get some water. So let's I think we have this we called it the water. Yeah, there it is. So we're on top off our cows. We got the water trailer anyways, we might as well use it for that reason. Alright. So we need to refill it, which will take forever. That's the really funny thing about... Whoa, what happened there? Must have been the back end of this. The funny thing about this trailer is that it's a really nice looking trailer for water, but it just takes forever to load for whatever reason. See, is he trying to back up? Yes, he's still trying to back up. I don't know why they keep trying to back up with this seeder. It doesn't make any sense. I think it's because there's nothing... They're thinking it's like a one that goes on the back of your tractor, I think, as opposed to what it actually is, which is a pulling one. So I don't know why they're doing that. If I were to attach a fertilization tank, like an anhydrous tank behind it, I don't think it would do that. So I don't know what's up with that. Ooh, that's a little quick. Let's just slow this down a little bit here. Right, that looks a bit better. Looks kind of cool actually. The random Cummins, you know, articulated tractor pulling that. 300 horsepower. So this is more powerful than the other tractor, so it should not have any problems at all. So you see how there's little bits around here? That's because it never did a headland. It'll do a headland after, and it'll clean up those little bits. Which is good. Nice. I like this tractor. Kind of reminds me of a Kirovitz, except it's just cooler. What's he doing? He should just continue. Alright, that's a bit odd. We'll see what it does. It'll probably get it all anyways, so I'm not that worried about it. It's just like a random... I think what it's doing is it's going to go here, and then it's going to go up here somewhere and continue on, so... Oh yes, the John Deere. We need to set that up. 37. No, we need to set it so it's 39 unload. Where are you? There you are. Perfect. Let's get this guy set up properly. Else he's going to drive all over the place and go nowhere specific. So what I'll do off camera, I think, is I'll, like I said, do a little bit more off camera so we can get a bit more money. So you don't have to see me do the same thing over and over again. So it'll allow us to upgrade our equipment a little bit more quicker. Because then we will be able to get, you know, a bigger combine sooner, which will be nice. All right, let's. There we go. Perfect. All right. Apparently, I was gonna go backwards. All right, whatever. Fine, be that way. All right, so I'm gonna stop the episode there for now, folks. My name's Iain Robson. This has been Farming Simulator 2013. Plan on the Bairn Farm. Catch you guys later.